Alright, so welcome back to partitioning a line segment. I decided I'm going to go ahead and make another example here. But before I do number 2, I want you to make sure that you've done number 2 already. So you've watched the video for number 1, you've watched the video for number 3, I did them all out of order, and you've tried number 2 on your own. And then I want you to watch this video and see if you've done it correctly or not. Okay? Now, so if you haven't done number 2 yet, just stop the video right here. Go back, make sure you've watched the videos for 1 and 3. You've tried those problems out, and you've done number 2 on your own. Then go ahead and watch this video. Okay. So here, we want to place Q somewhere on this line segment so that the ratio of A to Q to B, so AQ to QB, is 2 to 3. So altogether, we need to divide it into 5 parts so that that 2 of those parts can go to AQ, 3 of those parts can go to QB. So to divide this into 5 parts, first we have to find what its horizontal length is and its vertical length and divide those separately into 5 parts each. So let's see. First, we've got our delta x, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to divide that by 5. So each of our segments is going to be 1 space over. And then we've got our delta y, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our delta y is 7. We're going to divide that by 5 to get 1.4. So every step we take is going to be over 1, up 1.4. Over 1, up 1.4. So let's go ahead and do that. Over 1, up 1.4. Over 1, up 1.4. That's a total of 2.8. Over 1, up 1.4. Over 1, up 1.4. Over 1, up 1.4. So those are our 5 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to place Q so that there are 2 segments from A to Q and 3 small segments from Q to B. So Q goes right here. Now we have to figure out what its actual coordinates are. So we're going to start from one of the 2 ends. And since this is really similar to number 1, and on number 1 I started from A, we'll start from B this time. So our x coordinate for Q is going to be equal to, we're starting with an x coordinate of -3, and we're adding 1, 2, 3 steps of size 1. So let's see, that's equals -3 plus 3 times 1, which is 3, which is going to give us, well, -3 plus 3, which is 0. And if you look, Q is actually right on the axis, up, down, so that works. Next, we're going to look at our y coordinate for Q. We're starting at -3, and we're adding plus 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, going up. So 3 times 1.4 for each step. So that's -3 plus, see, 3 times 1.4, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 0.4 is 1.2, so that's 4.2. So let's see, if it's -3 degrees and the temperature goes up 4.2 degrees, it's -3, -2, -1, 0, 1.2. If you look here, it looks like we're up 1 and just a pinch more, so that makes sense, 1.2. So our coordinates for Q are 0, 1.2. Okay. All right. Now, I might do one more example after this, but again, I hope you got that correct, and I hope that you'll do the next problem over here, number 4, before you watch the video for number 4. All right, so again, just to recap what we did, we wanted to divide the segment AB into 2 smaller segments with a ratio of 2 to 3. And so we needed a total of 5 parts so that 3 of them could go to AQ or 2 of them could go to AQ and 3 of them could go to QB. In order to do that, we had to divide the horizontal distance into 5 separate parts. So that was 5 spaces divided by 5, 1 space each. And we had to divide the vertical distance into 5 equal parts. So that was 7 divided by 5 gave us 1.4 for each small piece. So then we could find our 5 points that mark off our 5 smaller segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small congruent segments. We placed point Q so that 2 of them were between Q and A, and 3 of them were between Q and B. So we got our ratio of 2 to 3. Then to find the actual coordinates, we started with B. Its x-coordinate was -3. So to find the x-coordinate for Q, we had to move over 1, 2, 3 spaces. So -3 plus 3 steps of 1 space each gave us 0. We checked our graph to make sure that made sense. Then to find our y-coordinate, we had to start at B, which was -3, and go up 1, 2, 3 steps of 1.4 each. So -3 plus 3 steps of 1.4 each gave us a y-coordinate of 1.2. And we checked our graph. That looked reasonable. We were a little bit above the 1 on the y-axis. So our coordinates were 0 and 1.2. Good luck with the next one.